YouTube, what is going on? My name is Corporate Serf, and today we have one of our most ambitious projects, one of our biggest videos so far. Today we are talking about aim progression, how to become good at video games using aim trainers. So let's talk about it. Aim trainers are useful for a multitude of goals. Maybe you're getting smoked right now on Apex Legends. The controller players, they're destroying me. Time to get in the aim lab, brother. But what if you want to be like that dude, Matty OW? What if you want to be an absolute legend with your pure mechanical skill? I got you. You're on the right video. We're also going to talk about what we can do outside of the game we play and outside of the aim trainer that's still going to help you in game. But you also might have clicked on this video having never played a mouse and keyboard game before. Maybe you don't even own a PC. You're just curious what aim training is. This is a great video for you because I have a plan that you can try. And who am I? I'm a top level aim trainer player. I focus specifically in tracking, but I have world records on kovaaks. So for this progression theory, I'm just going to say one thing, and this is a disclaimer at the beginning. This is my opinion on how you should play the aim trainer regardless of your goals. Just because I'm this crazy dude yelling in my mic about aim trainers in the big 2025 does not mean you have to take my opinion. You can hear everything that I say, and you can do all of it, none of it, or some of it. I'm proposing an idea to you. It is up to you on what you do with it. So for this theory, we'll be using the Voltaic benchmarks. These are available on kovaaks and aim labs. Voltaic has ranks just like any other game. It's going to start at Iron, just like you would in Valorant. There's 3 sets of sheets. The one you're looking at is a novice sheet, but there's also intermediate and advanced benchmarks. Whatever skill level you are currently, you can use these Voltaic benchmarks to push your aim to the next level. So with these Voltaic benchmarks, there are 3 major categories. You can see them on the left. There's clicking, tracking, and switching. Then on the right side with all these lines, we have our subcategories. So these are the categories within the big categories. So dynamic, static, and linear, those are the aspects that make up clicking. Precise, reactive, and control, those are the components of tracking. And then speed, evasive, and stability, these are the aspects of switching. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the meat of what this theory is. The foundation for this theory is here on the left. It is that the order that you complete these tasks has priority. I'm suggesting that if you take tracking as the foundation for your aim and slowly progress through switching, confirming your progress with clicking, you will be the most well-rounded and strong aimer you can be. So like I said, this Voltaic system, it has ranks. You are going to start at unranked. When you put your first scores in, there's a very good chance that you will not even reach Iron. Maybe you will, and if you do, that's great, but a lot of you guys are starting at unranked. So for this level 1 here, what I'm suggesting to you is that with your precise tracking here on the left, you go and get silver. And then for control, you get silver. And then down to switching, you get your silver. And clicking, silver, until all of the benchmarks are complete at silver. So level 1 there means go from unranked to silver complete. Then once you're silver complete, we're going back up to the top there, precise. We're going from silver complete to platinum complete. So we're playing all of tracking now to platinum complete, and then we'll play switching to platinum complete, and then clicking to platinum complete, and then we're going to level 3, back at the top again, tracking, jade complete, following this format all the way to master complete. Now, as I alluded to a little bit ago, there are 3 stages of these Voltaic benchmarks: novice, intermediate, and advanced. I am suggesting with this program, you do not even have to play the advanced benchmarks. You might want to. That's totally fine. It will definitely help you if you decide to. But the emphasis of our structure here is on novice and intermediate benchmarks. Anybody can do this. So I don't want to dwell on this too much, but I really want to emphasize this example so that no one is confused. When you are level 1, when you are unranked, and you're going to silver complete, and you're starting at the top there with precise, that second one right there, control, is not played until after precise is silver. Looking down here at the purple one, switching, speed is not played until evasive, the one above it, is silver, but also all above it are silver. Stability, reactive, control, precise. You get what I'm saying now, right? So why would you use this method? Why would this work? Well, starting with tracking first, specifically precise, this is going to develop fundamental speed matching. You're going to learn general smoothness while developing a sense of mouse control. This is the best category to do those things. Then going to control tracking, you're building off of what you had with precise tracking, introducing now micro corrections. Then with reactive tracking, you're being introduced to more erratic or crazy strafes. This is also going to teach you reading skills. No, not how to read a fucking book, how to read movement. Okay, so why are we moving on to switching second? Well, let's look at stability switching. Stability switching is a simple introduction to flicking and making a correction with very heavy tracking. What I just said there about flicking and making a correction, it's one of the foundational concepts of aim training. When we talk about clicking, we're going to dive into that a little bit deeper. Doing evasive switching next, this is going to necessitate greater pacing. You got to be a little bit faster, but it still involves the tracking mechanics that we've built before. Then going on to speed switching. This is huge. This is where things get fun. This is preparing us for clicking training. Speed switching is where we reinforce fundamental flick and micros that we were talking about. It is a great precursor to our next category, which is static clicking. With proper static clicking, again, it's all about the flick and the micro correction, but now confirmed with a click. Whether you're new to aim training or not, you need to be reviewing the Bardau's method. Bardau's, as I pronounce his name, is actually pronounced Bardau's, I believe, but he's one of the aim training founding fathers. He was the original world record static guy. Then I've also listed a video on screen by Matty OW, How to Static Dots. This goes over the Bardau's method and common pitfalls that you can fall into with clicking. So that all is really important going back here to this clicking page. Going to linear clicking, it's going to be a simple step up from static clicking, but there's also new skills to learn. Again though, we're doing this 8th because there's foundational habits that are still really important when you're doing linear clicking. Finally, the last thing that we're going to be training under this program is dynamic clicking. Dynamic clicking is awesome. It's the culmination of all of our previous training. Bot reading, tracking, flicking, corrections, pacing. All of this is done and confirmed with a click. Dynamic clicking is really challenging. Look right here though. Even though dynamic clicking is the hardest thing in my opinion for a new player to do, it's the first thing listed on a Voltaic benchmark sheet. You can say that this is crazy or unnecessary or this program doesn't have to be done, but look at this. How is a new player supposed to learn dynamic clicking if they don't know tracking, if they don't know switching? Look, I know people are adaptable, but if you want to do dynamic clicking right, I'm suggesting you do it last. This next screen that you're looking at, it's real. I thought about not making this slide, but it's important. Why would you not do this method? Well, I can tell you the exact type of person that should not try this. If you're a quitter, crybaby, fucking wimp, this method isn't for you. If you can't challenge yourself enough to get the 3rd lowest rank on this Voltaic sheet, piss off. Aim trainers are not like our regular games. There are no teammates to blame. There are no connection or lag issues. The only hurdle that you have to overcome is yourself. How much you limit yourself. Yet again, some people will say, I don't like tracking.
I would do this method, but I can't get fucking silver tracking.
If getting silver tracking is too hard, or especially if it's too boring for you, that's really the right word. If getting silver is too boring for you, then go play some fucking Lego Batman, bro. Or at the very least, find a different method. You get infinite tries on this shit. There's no D ranking. I don't care if it takes you 10 weeks. Get silver tracking. Alright, so that was a lot. But what do we do after we get Master Complete? Allow me to introduce you to the first line of thinking, which is being graduated, leaving the aim trainer, and only playing your game of choice. Now, before you leave the aim trainer, I would suggest you work on strafe aiming. Strafe or dodge aiming is when you're aiming with your mouse, but you're also moving with your keys. These strafe scenarios are available on Kovaaks and AimLabs, but also on AimBeast as well. I haven't really mentioned AimBeast, but AimBeast is one of the best aim trainers, and if you are moving away from aim trainers to go into your game of choice, putting some work in on AimBeast could be very beneficial for you. Anyway though, when you're prioritizing your game of choice, I would suggest LG dueling, which is a 1v1 light gun duel, to keep fresh and develop your dodge aim against a real human opponent. These LG light gun duels are available on Quake Live, which is an older game. The screenshot you see here is from the Thunderstruck server, where you can LG duel some really talented opponents, or you can LG duel on free games like Diabolical, which is available on the Epic Games Store. What I'm talking about right here, LG Dueling, it has its own community. Aim Training has its community. LG Dueling has its community. Just like any community, there are some bad people in the LG Quake Live community. Not everybody's bad though. If you want to learn how to LG duel and dodge, there are great ways to do it, so I'm still recommending this process. A different route you could take after getting Master Complete would be to specialize. Now, there's a couple ways that you can specialize, but the first would be with your sensitivity. So you could be a high sense god like RA Cursed here that you see on screen. Cursed, when playing his aim training stuff, does so on 16 CM360. That is an insanely fast EDPI. If you guys know our ranks, Nova is the one after Grandmaster. He got that for 2 seasons on that super fast sensitivity. You could also be a low sense pro. Now this is a little bit more in the uncharted territory. It's very specific to some individuals, but despite the negatives of low sensitivity, it is still worth considering if you have really good arm aim. The next thing you could do though with specialization would be to focus on your category rank. This would be like being a tracking only player, a clicking only player, or a switching only player. You can take it a step further and look at me and be a subcategory specialist. So after I got Master, I decided to specialize in tracking, but then I specialized again with smooth aim tracking. I'm one of the absolute best players at speed matching and with horizontal thin aim. Of course, there are always going to be players that are better than me, but I'm still improving and I'm still specializing. And the last thing to suggest here, which of course is not for everyone, is being an aim trainer main. Believe it or not, there are a ton of aim trainer mains out there. This is because aim training is addicting. Watching yourself improve, seeing your name go higher on the leaderboard, tapping into the community of people that are already playing the game regularly. It's super fun, and when you approach it from the right way, it's a super healthy system. Sometimes aimers get backlash because they go about things the wrong way, but that's true for any community. If you're interested in being an aim trainer main, I would just suggest do stretches, take breaks, be confident but don't have an ego, learn from others but give back to others. So with those things in mind, if you're an aim trainer main, go for the highest rank you can in the trainer. AimLabs just launched their new rank system, which has 3 ranks above the Grandmaster level, so there's plenty of stuff to shoot for. Alright, so we're almost to the finish line with this video, but I do have a recommended structure for those Voltaic benchmarks and some supporting playlists to show you guys. So as you guys can see right here from this little box, I went ahead and placed each scenario in the order I think that they are the most important to train first. There's a playlist code right here that I'm also going to put in the description and the pinned comment, but this follows the path from novice down to intermediate. Next, I want to introduce you guys to VDIM. VDIM means Voltaic Daily Improvement Method. VDIM comes from Low Gravity 56. He worked with someone named 4RK to do this Season 5 Voltaic routine that takes all of those benchmarks that we were talking about and provides supplementary tasks to make those more easy for you. It's a really good program and I highly recommend it. That's one of the main resources that I use personally when going up the ranks and getting to Master. Now after getting to Master, I've reached Celestial in the category that I care about. A big reason why I was able to do that is thanks to the foundations that were laid from training VDIM. Then, just so you guys can see, this is an example playlist for kovaaks VDIM. Starting with precise tracking and snake track is a really good first step. For all of you guys following this method, I would definitely suggest starting with this playlist. This share code will also be in the description and the pinned comment. Alright, we've reached the end. Thank you all so much for watching. Good luck, everyone. Go be good at something you care about, whether it's Apex Legends or being an aim trainer main. You guys got this. So thank you guys for everything. I'll catch you in the next one.